This pile of blankets is someone's bed. For the past 3 years, they've been sleeping here, surrounded by maggots, rotting food, and moving boxes that were never unpacked. When the resident first applied for one of my free deep cleans, it was obvious they'd been in survival mode for a long time. They were desperate for a fresh start and they didn't ask for much. All they wanted was to finally have their own bed and feel safe in their own home. Well, HG and I are gonna make that happen. We're starting off by clearing away all the rubbish. There was a lot of rubbish, but that's okay. We've got a lot of skips. Then we sorted through all the contents of the moving boxes before it was finally time to put those soiled sheets in the skip where they belong. If you've already seen how HG and I transformed the living room in this property, then you'll be very familiar with this bad boy. Yes, it's the HG carpet cleaner, and yes, you can use it without a machine, and yes, I'll continue to swear by it because look at those results. Beautiful. If you didn't already know, there was a lot of feces at this property. Of all the caca I had to clean, the easiest was the fly poop on these windows. It was no match for the HG UPVC cleaner. Speaking of caca, I've had a lot of questions asking if this property still smells, and if not, how did I get the smell out? And since smell-o-vision doesn't exist yet, you're gonna have to take my word for it when I say that after a few rounds of the HG carpet cleaner and a bottle of the HG odor eliminator for all surfaces, there was no smell. It truly was like the slate had been wiped clean, which works out perfectly because HG and I promised this resident a fresh start, and that is what we gave them. Before HG and I arrived, the resident's bed was a pile of blankets on the ground, but now they have a proper bed. They had no access to hot water because they were so heavily in debt with their energy provider, so we paid off that debt. They couldn't turn the heating on because the amount of rubbish was a fire risk, so we cleared that rubbish. It took over 11 days. It was the biggest clean I've ever done, and I would do it again in a heartbeat.